Okay, round 2 for Mailshake. Okay, so once you've got the spreadsheet organised in this way, you need to sign up for Mailshake, which is $19 per month. We can't use mine because there's limits on how many emails you can add. So we're going to log into mine. So first thing you'll need to do is you'll add an email. So this will be a generic Gmail address, and then what we'll do is add on the domain, a domain email address, which might be someone at homedraft.com.au or services, or even your name. Then the sending won't actually come from HomeDraft, it'll come from this generic Gmail address, but it won't. Then it removes the risk of the HomeDraft email being flagged in Google. This will just be used as a to and from in the subject to the recipient. Okay, so there's that, and then also I'll need to put a bit of code on the server to tell Google that the email is legitimate. But I'll do that once you've set it up, start to set the account up. Okay, so the way this works is basically, if you just go to a campaign, actually sending calendar, so we can determine when they're going to be sent, what time of the day, how many maximum per day, time apart, so it looks more natural, blah blah blah. So that's all done when you set the campaign up. What else? I'm just going to have a look at a campaign. So basically, you just create a series of emails that go out to recipients. So the first one would just be the first email, and then the second one is like a follow-up that triggers if they don't open this email, and you can set it to 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Then you just send a follow-up, and only the people who don't open it will get that, so they won't double up on that. So we'll just go through how to set up a campaign. I might just copy this. Oh no, don't need to do that. Okay, so set up a campaign. Plus your campaign, just name it. That's the email address, but we're going to send it from the domain email address, so they see that's where it's from. Go next. This is where you bring in the CSV file that we've created. I'm just going to find it, where to put it. Transparent, so it has to be the CSV one. So I'll upload it. So with this section, the way it pulls in the information from the spreadsheet is these titles, the column titles. This is what it pulls the information from. So the email, all the emails are email address. So email address, that's it there. So we make that the email address. We don't have the recipient's name, so we don't need to worry about that. It'll bring up and say, oh, there's some generic emails. Probably for businesses that's quite normal, so I wouldn't worry about it. I would leave the generic emails in there, unless there's something really weird. And then what it'll also do, it'll tell you if there's this one here is emails that have existed in another campaign, and because I did one earlier in the first video that we didn't have sound on, it's already used these emails, but it'll give you the opportunity, if there's emails that you've already sent out, whether you want to remove these or not, so you don't double up. And then there's the generic ones as well. So to create an email, we just have the subject, obviously, and then an email. But what you can do is to personalize it. Is you can insert from the spreadsheet, you can use this domain column to grab the domain and add it in. So insert domain. You can either put a fallback text or not. so if it didn't have it or whatever, but we'll just leave it as domain. So now what it does is it pulls in the domain from the list and relevant to the email. So you can do that through the email and just say thanks, bye, whatever, and then you add the follow-up. I won't do it here, but that's pretty simple to do. So we'll just delete that, and then we go next. It's got to have a subject. So then now what it does, it shows you all the emails and the relevant email it's going to go to them. So this is WGIB. You can see where we had domain. It's got WGIB, and normally I just check a few of them to make sure that they're all coming in. Eagle Insurance, so they're all coming in correctly. Okay. What I do at this stage normally is to send a test email as well to double check. Send it to myself to make sure they all come in properly, and once that's done you just go next. Don't track clicks because that's a flag for Google, but you can track opens. You can either schedule it or not, so we might send it from 9 AM on a date, obey pertinent laws and go next. And then it's ready to send, and you just hit send campaign. But you've got to make sure before you do that you get your sending calendar set up. So that this is like an account setting, not a campaign setting. So set this calendar up first before you send the campaign. And that's it. And then you bring in stats like this. So it can show you recipients, sent, opened, people who replied, whatever. And then it's got the calendar as well, so you can see here this campaign's still running, so I've still got all these to go out. That's just been created automatically. So that's it, pretty simple. Yeah, need to get the account set up. Thanks.